The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. On the 29th of January 2026, are all in all the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the King of Kings, the Most Loud. Captain Ibrahim Traore gave us a special announcement. According to our all in all, we don't need what they call party, whatever. So for that matter, he decided to dissolve all parties in Burkina Faso. Following 2022, they moved to suspend all political party activities in the country. And this came with a lot of reactions from analysts, from we the ordinary people, and even the people in Burkina Faso also expressed their views concerning this move by our all in all. Some analysts argue that this is a positive way to reunite us, especially when he talked about returning the assets of these political parties to the state. People view it to be a step of returning stolen whatever back to the state, back to the people. Our all in all, General Assimi Goïta and General Abdurrahmane Tiani also supported this move because they believe that this is the way forward and this will bring us unity, and people believe that this is a very positive way in order for us to reclaim the nation's assets from the people's pockets. They talk about unified front. Regional analysts note that the AES leaders are moving towards a unified Sahelian governance model that prioritizes military discipline and national security over multiple party elections. Traore's move is being cheered by pro-AES media as a bold template for the entire region to follow.
One of our teams went to meet political party leaders and political analysts to gather their assessments on this matter. For Abdoulaye Mas, for example, leader of the PPS, Pan-African Party for Salvation, the decision is logical, especially as it comes amid a security crisis. We expected this, because a suspension can last 3 months but 6 months, even 2 years of suspension. Dissolution of political parties and organizations in Burkina Faso. No surprise for the PPS leader, the Pan-African Party for Salvation. In its reasoning, the government believes that political parties and organizations have proven partisan, and especially struggle to mobilize Burkinabe citizens around national unity. According to the now former PPS leader, political groupings are today Burkina Faso's least concern, as the country faces primarily security challenges. The army is our last line of defense against this terrorist situation. No civilian today can claim they will take power without the army's complicity. We don't control the army, so it's better to leave matters in the army's hands. This is to remain logically consistent. So, if the population wants a savior who goes to the front lines, but not a civilian savior, in this context of a progressive popular revolution. Some stakeholders consider this dissolution decision overdue. This is the view of a political analyst who rejects the notion of political regression. For him, the revolution does not imply a state of lawlessness. Quite the contrary. There were assassinations while this political party existed. We experienced arbitrary arrests while this political party existed. The very tendency of terrorism was during the time these political parties existed and while elections were being held. We were losing our territory. We even learned that there were agreements, indeed with terrorists, to ensure calm periods during elections, but we cannot understand how anyone could place the integrity of the territory and citizens' lives as secondary priorities just for an electoral charade. It is therefore a new threshold to which political actors are called to conform. Political actors are invited to comply with this new standard, for the one who is now dedicated to promoting African textiles. The time has come for Burkina Faso's sacred unity. around the authorities in the fight for sovereignty and development. We must come together and figure out how we will build this country. I ask for great tolerance at all levels, whether among the authorities, among the population, or among political actors. Everyone must realize that there is a time for everything. Where we stand today, this solidarity and tolerance are what people need. Political parties and organizations may disappear, but Burkina Faso must endure. Former members of political parties say they are ready to support the government in advancing the motherland. Following the government's announcement, dissolving political parties, many Burkinabe welcomed the news with satisfaction. For some, political organizations have contributed to weakening social cohesion, even within families and local communities. For others, the decision to transfer political organizations' assets to the state is simply a return to sender. Because they benefited from public funds, the reactions of the population remain to be seen. In this telecast brought to you by Lambert Soma. In the streets of Ouagadougou, the dissolution of political parties is well appreciated by some residents of Ouagadougou. For them, the proliferation of political parties has contributed, in a certain way, to weakening cohesion within families and communities. It is political parties that divide the population. I am from such and such village. Someone else is from the same village. But if I decide to build or do good things, you'll see that the opposition, or the person from the ruling party, will reject this initiative because they say it must come from them. So the one in power always wants everything to come from them. The opposition also wants everything to come from them. So this ends up dividing the population somewhat, causing even people from the same locality, people from the same village, not to agree with each other. The political parties that can emerge in Africa, generally speaking, have caused divisions leading to detention. So, therefore, I think it's a good decision to dissolve these political parties. Others say, President of the capital, the dissolution of political parties will allow everyone to refocus on the priority objectives defined by President Faso. Objectives centered primarily on the total reconquest of territorial integrity and development projects. This will also allow populations to focus solely on the government, instead of each party going out into regions or rural areas trying to conduct propaganda. Political parties represent different ideas, divergent party views, so it would be better to bring people together, because here, we need unity. We need the unity of the people. Therefore, dissolving this political party would be tantamount to telling the people, unite, hand in hand, to support our president, to support this ongoing revolution. This dissolution of political parties is merely the culmination of a process that began some time ago. It is fully aligned with the revolutionary path that Burkina Faso has embarked upon. At a certain point, political parties no longer existed, and now it's as if we've simply come to confirm their non-existence. We are in a revolutionary dynamic. Everyone is called upon to follow this trend, and I believe it is up to the political party to take this matter positively and follow the trend, keeping in mind the common struggle, which is first and foremost the reconquest of the territory. These citizens believe that the return of political parties' assets to the state is simply a natural consequence. For them, political organizations have benefited from the state's generosity. Political parties have at least taken advantage of state resources, and reclaiming these assets is nothing negative. Thus, everything returns home as if completing a cycle. As election campaigns approach, funds are allocated to political parties to carry out their activities. Normally, afterward, this could be justified, but generally speaking, we observe that after campaigns, there is no justification provided. We don't know how this expense was incurred. We don't know whether it was done properly or otherwise. If these funds are returned to the state treasury, it will help achieve something greater than we might have hoped. For these citizens, every Burkinabe now knows that he has a role to play in building a prosperous nation. This role must be fulfilled alongside the president of FASO and under the guidance provided by the government.
So people are talking about efficiency. They talk about unity, and it removes ethnicity, regional differences, division. People believe that this is going to help the economy of the country, like war effort and national development. Seizing party assets provides immediate resources, national development. People believe that this is a very good move because what they have been practicing under that party system, multiple party system, is a system that was given to us by the imperialists, and this system hasn't benefited us, and we just don't understand what this system is all about. And that is the reason to which we have used this system for a very long time and we haven't made any headway. So moving away or dissolving all these things is another way to reunite. It's like giving birth to a newborn child in Burkina Faso, whereby we can now groom the child to suit the environment instead of us living here, yet everything of ours is by these people. This is a very good move. We are also hearing what the people in Burkina Faso are saying. If truly we want to see the progress of our nations, we don't need 200-300 parties. We can just put all our resources together and support any leader. Like we have in a country where you have people sitting on national television to tell you, I am praying for this government to fail so we can come back into office. You understand the kind of people we have as leaders. So these people are not thinking about the welfare of the people. They are not thinking about the welfare of the nation. Forget about the speeches they'll come and give to you. All that matter is for them to get the chance to be in power so everybody can enrich himself. If not, why won't you be so excited that together, collectively, we can support ourselves to move forward? But you are rather thinking about your party. And this is how come Africa, we are not moving forward. So as Africans, this is a very bold move. And we think that we need to move away from all these systems that were imposed on us, that we have been practicing. The people who enjoy these systems, that we the youth are following them blindly, are the people who are benefiting. They know what they get. So they use you to get to where they want to be. And you find the youth who are so interested in party, yet they are the same people. Yet they are the same people that will be crying for development, that will be crying for change. We still don't know what we need to be doing. And you go and you find the youth on social media defending politicians. But these are the same people that are not putting ABC right for you to thrive. And they are the same people you defend, and when you finish, you still expect something good to come out of it. Hello? We need to wake up, and we need to start fighting for our own true independence so that collectively we can make a way forward. We need this military discipline. We need this military discipline in every part of Africa so that collectively we can start to see ourselves as one people and we can build Africa for the betterment of the same people that are in it. So we can build a better Africa for ourselves. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.